What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm joined with Thomas from TCR Racing.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over his Corsa VXR, showing you a couple of shots in it, and then going for a little drive and talking about the car in a bit more detail.
On the VXR, there's a few things that I've had done on it. Well, I say had done, a few things I've done on it. So far what I've done an order of enhanced performance. I've got an enhanced performance boost pipe, which is polished. I've got an enhanced performance manifold cover, which is polished as well, which was a bit of a trial error at first. And then the brake reservoir as well, that's got a polished top on it. We then have a pipe across induction kit, which is the pipe across foam filter, and we have the Courtney Motorsport induction pipe, which is the blue silicone R-rated, whatever you call it. The other thing as well, everyone always hates the custom stuff I do, but I'm starting to sort of get like a rough idea now of like doing like custom stuff for the car. One of them is the carbon fiber VXR badge,
yep,
with TCR Racing on it. And that's pretty much it for the front of the car. The exterior, as you can already see, I've got the matte black on the lower bumper and the front grille.
Is that plasti dipped or painted? Or?
No, so that's actually wraps. That's okay. a matte black wrap, which is sort of the theme I'm going with the car, which is like Arden blue and matte black. And then obviously we have a TRC splitter at the front. And we also have some forged pipes as well. This is a custom T-piece I made, which has a large fuel pipe which goes through to then a reducer, to then a smaller fuel pipe, to then a custom 3-piece, which is for my turbo coolant return hose, which is to my coolant unit. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the engine bay. There's a lot coming for it. Going along with the matte black beam, I got the matte black roof banner, windscreen banner, with the gloss back TCR Racing.
Let's have a look at that. That looks bad, boy. I really like that. Yeah.
Nice and summer. Where it comes off. The windows are tinted. You have your McDonald's Team Echo.
Classic Corsa.
Yeah, my girlfriend's 25, by the way.
Yeah.
So just for the record.
Yeah.
Tinted windows, which I believe is 50%.
It looks slightly more to me, almost, but yeah.
Yeah, if you're inside, it looks a lot lighter.
Yeah.
I think it's just on the outside, it just has a... Yeah, but yeah, it does look more, yeah.
I guess it's because all the black trims on the car as well, it almost...
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, tinted at the back as well. Got all the stickers. We've then got the tinted rear lights, which I believe is 50% as well, which is the legal limit.
That's a wrap as well, that looks like.
Yeah, that's wrapped, yeah. We then have the gloss black diffuser, which is a bit dirty at the moment, and a custom blue triangle piece as well for the single exit centre exhaust.
No. Is that standard exhaust? Or?
It's not a standard exhaust. So
it doesn't sound like it.
No. So on this car, it has a 2.5-inch pre-cap, well, pre-cap delete. Yeah. And then we have a 3-piece Remus exhaust.
That sounds nice, it's throaty as well. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll go for a drive now and have a chat in a bit more detail whilst we're driving, but I guess that's everything that's done to the car so far. That's now in TCR Racing 6 months of ownership. So nice to have a normal clutch. So what I'll do, I'm going to take it out for a little drive now, give you guys my thoughts on how the car is to drive, and then to go for a little drive with Thomas as well and ask him a couple more questions about the car in a bit more detail. That induction noise is good.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I'm really glad you like it too.
Like mine's just like mad flutter. Whereas like
it's raspy, isn't it? I can maybe...
Yeah, it does pull as well. Even if you just give it a little bit.
I think it's because it's quite a small engine, even though, I mean, I know yours is a 4-cylinder as well. And it's just the big turbo small engine.
Yeah.
I never get used to being a passenger.
It's nice to have power steering as well. That's something which is, it's almost like it's like a luxury to be driving this. Like when you drive mine, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like,
I'm really excited to drive an LX5.
It's a complete different experience. It does pull nicely in second gear.
See, how good are them tyres? Yeah. Considering how wet it is right now.
Don't spin at all. There's a nice little pop there as well. The power delivery is quite smooth as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is nice.
I think once it starts getting mapped to different power, I think that's going to be the biggest challenge on a front-wheel drive car. Yeah. Is getting like a smooth power
delivery.
Whereas with yours, at least you can, with rear-wheel drive, it's always nice to be able to push it more and stuff.
Yeah, precisely. In the rain, it's quite fun. The back, you'll see, is nice and twitchy. It does like to give you a bit of a hard time.
And I have traction control, so I haven't got. You're going to be more worried than me when I'm driving yours.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Can you turn traction control off on this?
You can. It's just that button there.
Yeah, I won't because it's not my car. I don't want to.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Really? What's it like? Do you drive it without traction control a lot there?
Yeah, in the dry.
That's another thing I like is the gearbox. Like the throws are really, to be fair, compared to mine, they feel quite long, but they're very notchy. And it's very kind of compliant when you put it in gear, like you don't have a problem missing gears, anything like that, which is quite nice.
Yeah. They're known for being one of the worst gearboxes.
Really?
But not in terms of drivability, it's more in terms of reliability.
Yeah, so I did see you did a gearbox rebuild on your channel. So
yeah, so...
It speaks for itself almost.
Yeah, so now hopefully it won't have any problems again.
Even in the wet, when you put your foot down in second gear, it's, you know, it doesn't spin the tyres at all.
It didn't do that before.
Yeah, really, just span everywhere.
So, but with these tyres, the Falcon HK 550s, they're incredible.
For sure.
And as you saw on the tyre, it's got that really big reservoir.
Yeah, really wide. So I guess that helps
not
with
a reservoir, or like a groove.
Or, yeah, that helps with the water displacement as well. What we'll do is before you flip the camera around, we'll do a little pull here. Why not? What's it rev to?
You can go up to 6,000.
Well, that's why I keep bouncing off the rev limit. So I got up to like 7.
Yeah.
I'm just used to that. To be honest, I think you've converted me because I've always, never been a big fan of courses. Like, being completely honest, I've always, not understood the hype around them, why so many people get them, but, driving this, even for the 5 minutes I've driven it, it is something special. What's been your car history then, I guess, since you've passed your test up until the VXR?
Right, okay, so I've actually owned about 10 cars.
Wow.
So I'm 24 years old.
That's still a fair lot. It's like more than one a year.
It was just once I got my first car. It was, believe it or not, my first car was a really shitty Corsa. Like a really old one. It was the same age as me.
Corsa C then? Or?
Corsa B.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was the slowest bag of shit there is. And I just absolutely fell in love with it. I don't know why, it took me all over the country, like Wales, everything. And that's when I started liking Vauxhall, or because you get that attachment, right?
Precisely, yeah.
And
I was going to say, I had a Peugeot as my first car, and I was attached to it at the time, but now I look back on it, what a pile of shit that was.
Yeah, but it was your pile of shit, right?
Yeah, precisely, and that's what got me into the car seat as well, which you do have a slight attachment to.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So maybe that's why I'm so inclined towards the Corsas now. But
fucking hell, what an idiot.
Twats. Since that, I owned Fiestas. I actually had a Peugeot 206 GTI.
What was that like? Because I've always been quite intrigued.
It just wasn't. That was naturally aspirated, and it wasn't. Yeah, it was
special.
Yeah, it didn't have that pull, you know, like in this you get that that pull. And for that I fell out of love with it very quickly. And then I did the MX-5.
And that was MB you had, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the Mark II, which I absolutely loved as well. But with that, the reliability started frustrating me. So I was studying up in Leeds, and I could never get anywhere because I was constantly broken down. Yeah. And then I had an MR2 SW20, exact same problem. And I always thought once I went JDM, I was like, that's it, I've made the full transition now. I'm never going to go back to like Euro. I'm never going to go back to. That was just all the small part of my sort of like my carhood. Yeah. And then that all started to change. Again, I started thinking like I had a bit of like mental health issues, and I sort of took a break from everything, like the car scene, just like everything.
Just to focus on yourself for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just brought back everything that makes me feel like a kid again. Well, because at the end I'm 24, not 34. Yeah. And like this
might as well enjoy it whilst it lasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. While I can still do the well-manoeuvred handbrake turn in McDonald's.
Has to be in McDonald's.
Yeah. That's this natural car's habitat. So.
That's where they were invented. Yeah. Just came straight out the drive-through.
Yeah. It was actually a McDonald's worker that came up with the design of the Corsa.
Straight out the production line into the drive-through.
It was. Yeah. So future plans for the car. One, I have big brakes.
What brakes?
I already have brakes anyway at the moment, which are black coated, drilled and grooved, made by GCAP Performance. Basically the plan is I'm going for a 400 brake horsepower build.
Big plans, to sum it up in a nutshell. There's quite a lot coming over the next couple of months. What would you say the 3 things you like and 3 things you dislike about the car?
One thing I love is the power output.
It does pull.
It does. Yeah. I sort of love that. Number 2 things I love about it is gotta be the modification side of it. Yeah. So like all the things, the same as the reason I love the MX-5s as well. Like all the things you can do to modify it, and how easy it is to manipulate the engine as well to do what you want, like the induction noise, the exhaust. And number 3 has got to be the. This is a hard one. See, I don't know if I'll choose for it to be. It has to be free.
Yeah.
Okay, it has to be the seats. It has to be.
Seats. Yeah, the seats are lovely. Yeah. Like, very nice because they're supportive, but they're also very comfortable, which is a hard balance to get with bucket seats. 3 things you dislike, which is always quite difficult when you're talking about your own car, when it's your pride and joy.
It is. But then, as being very hands-on with it, I hate the the approachability of fitting parts. So like you have to take your headlights out, stuff like that. That's one thing I don't like about it. Yeah. Number 2 is the reliability. Yeah. In terms of I had to do the gearbox, but I wasn't so upset about it because I knew that I was upgrading.
And you're not going to have the problem for some time now as well, so it's got that peace of mind.
Yeah, exactly. And the 3rd thing is the reputation. They're known for being known for being a bad car, a slow car, for being a paedophile's car, everything but what it actually is.
Cool, so we've been talking for quite some time, so we're going to leave the video there.
We probably have more than enough, don't we?
Precisely, but massive thanks to TCR Racing for coming down today and letting me have a drive in the VXR. It's been a really good day so far, despite the weather, which is debatable.
We're British, we're used to it.
Yeah, it's just England, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, massive thanks for watching. Subscribe to TCR Racing. I'll leave a link to his channel on the screen at the end and in the description down below, so go give him a subscription. That'll really help him out as well. And yeah, we'll catch up in the next one, boys.